Hey guys, welcome to Cars and Health Bars. On today's episode, we are here again with my lifelong friend Logan. Logan, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing all right, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine. I'm glad that this is hopefully one of our last interviews for a little while. Been taking a lot out on me for sure.
I'm glad to have been invited out to come and do this, man.
Absolutely.
I was excited,
You still holding it down at Ford?
unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
That's a Ford Tech life for you.
Unfortunately. Right now, I'm doing classes to hopefully get moved up to be a tech.
Yeah, that'd
Heck
be.
yeah.
I got to finish,
Electrical.
I don't know, man. I got to choose which path I got to go down, but
Yeah.
I started looking at it all, and I mean, everything looks really interesting.
Yeah.
I just don't know which one I'm going to choose yet.
Gotcha. We did electrical for first. That was everyone did electrical, and then you could kind of do whatever you wanted. And I went into engine building.
That's what I'm probably hoping to get into, is
Yeah.
engine building.
I'm glad to see you moving up there at Ford. I was wondering if you were just going to learn something from Ford and then bounce somewhere else. It's good to see you pursuing that at Ford.
It's a good company to work for.
Good career path, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
They pay good if you're a master tech.
I've learned a lot just from doing oil changes, really.
Yeah. No, I did too, working there. I started as a lube tech.
Yeah, I could finish an oil change in 20 minutes.
Yeah. You
And-
got to bust that shit out. Are you
Yeah.
flat rate or?
No, I'm
Oh,
hourly.
okay.
If it was flat rate, dude,
You'd be making
I
bank.
probably wouldn't take a lunch. I just
Yeah.
every chance I got.
Just bring a sandwich and work through it.
Yeah, eat the sandwich
Yeah.
and do an oil change.
Yes, sir.
I do that sometimes. I'll go to the vending machine. I'll grab me like those Reese's cookies or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'll be underneath a truck with my wrench in my hand eating a cookie.
I understand.
Yeah, I'm sure it's. I always wondered what it was like being a lube tech. I'm sure it's very, very dirty after work.
Yeah, I get
Grease monkey.
I'm nastier I get nasty every day. Like my hands are covered. Like sometimes when I get home I take my shirt off and somehow my arm up here will be dirty
Yeah.
somehow.
Get oil everywhere.
Yeah, like one day I don't know how this boy managed to do this, but he got oil in his pocket, like in his little
Oh
shirt.
my
Yeah.
God.
Like this boy is notorious for getting oil everywhere.
Yeah.
all the time, every day. We make fun of him about it, like laughingly, not hard.
Yeah.
But one day, somehow, he just had oil in his pocket. So he was carrying around oil in his pocket for like a day.
What in the world? I
We
guess
had
that-
one guy that would never change shirts. He had this one stain on his shirt, and he came in with that shirt every day. I'm like, dude, why don't you change your shirt?
Dude, I'm not trying to give any hate or nothing, but there's this one girl. I think she still works with me, but she, I think yesterday it was 110 in the factory, which is that's about right. Sometimes I've seen it hotter, but it's hot there. Like
That's
everybody
hot.
sweats. Yeah. This girl, she would take her work clothes off. She'd never take them home. She would always throw them in her locker,
Oh, man.
covered in sweat and like. Dude, I'm just telling you, like she'd come in smelling a little real rough.
I understand.
There's probably no paint in her locker. It done got peeled off. Like,
Since done boiled the paint.
yeah, I don't see how
It's like
somebody do that.
it's like that liquid ass in the locker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, because nobody wanted to be mean to her and say, hey, you don't smell good, but a lot, people definitely avoid
Sometimes
her.
you got to be a little rude,
Yeah.
Got to.
But there ain't no way she'd have known, because it was like,
Dude, I'll tell you this one guy. I don't think he knew, but God. He's a lube tech up there at Ford, and he just always had this rank smell on him.
God.
Yeah, one of the boys at work, he wore like one of his work. He just takes his work shirt off and throw it
Yeah.
in his toolbox, and like he gets to work, he just put it back on. And eventually, we told him, I was like, "Hey man, change your shirt."
Yeah, don't they wash it for free?
They'll wash it for free.
Yeah.
But
What in the
I
world?
think mine's at the house and I wash it because
Yeah.
it helps me keep track of it.
Yeah.
But this boy, I think we ended up telling him, like, man, change your shirt,
Yeah.
please. We can't even let you get inside of a vehicle right now.
Yeah. Customer gonna complain once you get in that car. It's gonna linger around that scent.
Why does my car smell like BO?
So, what's the worst car you've ever seen up there at Ford?
Oh, that's a hard one. I don't care for Jeeps. I don't like working on Jeeps. I worked on a Tesla one time.
I've never worked on a
I
Tesla.
worked on a Tesla, and then eventually they told me it's like not to touch it. So I was like, all right, that's cool. Lincolns are really easy. I can work on a Lincoln.
Yeah, I like
Fords are
Lincoln.
real easy. Chevys are real easy. Man, there was one vehicle. I think it was a GMC. but the old filter is like in the bumper. It's like say your engine's here, but your old filter's here and it's pointed upwards.
Was it on a 3.6? Because I know they're on the side.
It was some kind of SUV car. I can't remember what it was called. It was a while back ago.
Like Josh's.
Yeah.
It was terrible because either way you was going to end up getting oil everywhere.
Yeah.
You're going to end up getting doused.
That's like my Dakota. It's oil plug. You pull it out, and it literally shoots directly on the cross member. And
So
it's like, why?
I found out why the F-150 is like that. It shoots the oil on the sway bar right there.
Yeah.
It fans out the oil so you can see the quality of the oil, you know, like if it's real metallic looking or, you know, any contaminants in it. That's actually the reason why I never knew it. I don't like it still because if I want to do that, I'll just capture it and then look at it after. But
I don't like it because as soon as it hits the cross,
it
the
goes
sway bar,
everywhere.
it goes
Yeah,
everywhere.
it literally just boom, the whole area.
Ford engineers turned my Ford into a water gun.
Yeah, like you don't got one of them things that goes in your oil catch thing.
Like the
big plastic catch piece that sends the area. I can't remember what it's called.
Like our caddies at the work, it's just a bowl.
Yeah, no, they got a
That
thing that makes
sucks.
it bigger, and you gotta have that.
It's terrible because sometimes when the oil hits the pan just right, it go.
Just like water with a spoon.
Yeah, we had one guy. He had his whole oil drain. He was going to empty it, and he had it all the way at the one door that everyone comes in from. He spilled like 50 gallons of oil right in front of that fucking door, bro.
My God.
It took like an hour or two. I was like, well, I'm going to lunch.
Dude, I hate, like, that just happened at my work. Like, there was a coolant overflow in a machine, and this older guy that works there, he brings the barrel over to clean it up, and there's people, you know, cleaning it up. He looks around and he goes, well, I'm going to go to lunch.
Yeah.
Like, okay, dude. Like,
Man, we had 2 days in a row where it was just like a big old mess. Like one day I was taking the trash out. I go grab the chop truck. I drive in. I look over at the oil change racks.
Yeah.
I see my two bosses and two of my coworkers just bent over to clean the floor. I walked over and see ask what happens. There was so much oil in one of the caddies. It started rising from the bowl and just went everywhere.
Homie didn't empty it.
And I think actually yesterday we had a 450 that come in. It had a coolant leak and a broken washer line.
Yeah.
It was just everything was wet.
Yeah.
We ended up having to take a random screw we just found and plug the whole thing, wrap it around with a rag, and just kind of squeeze out all the water and coolant.
I don't know about your Ford, but I know one thing I really liked about Greenwood Ford going in there is they actually have, like, it looks like gas nozzles, but that's what the oil comes out of. And there's one, it looked like at most of the bays even.
Does it come from the ceiling?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have the same thing.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, that is like...
Most dealers usually have similar setups like that.
Yeah.
It's handy.
Yeah, for sure. And I know y'all's even had, like, computers that told you, or doesn't it, like, automatically click off whenever enough has gone in?
But it didn't do that when I was there, as after I left. So you had to fill up your jug.
Yeah, you don't trust it.
No, sometimes.
So I worked at Goodman in Glasgow, and they didn't like you using it for that. They wanted you to fill the jug because, like, it could read
really?
wrong, and I guess someone had overfilled at one point. We had one dude put so this F2 350 took like 12, 14 quarts of oil. I can't remember how much it took, but he put oil in it 3 times and drained the transmission fluid. And, of course, it didn't go nowhere, and it was smoking like a freight train because the oil was in the crankcase. Like, it was in the cylinders. Like, surprised he didn't hydro lock it.
With oil?
Yeah, like, he about did.
God.
I never seen someone overfill something so much. And then he tried to back it out. He didn't even check the oil, I guess, because if you check the dipstick, it'd be like way up on it. So,
the oil's pushing the dipstick
out.
I
don't know what he thought was happening.
Some of these trucks and stuff, dude, they hold a lot of oil. You know, I thought our cars held a lot. I was surprised to hear. I asked Craig how much to put in my transmission. He was like 9 quarts probably.
Yeah,
I'm like, God.
That's pretty common for trans.
2023 Ford, either 350 or
6.7.
Yeah, 6.7. They hold like 15 quarts and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You imagine how much an oil change costs on that? Just the oil alone's like $200.
Yeah.
It's weird because it's like every time we get a 2023 come in, it's weird because we're used to putting like 13 quarts, 1030 in it. Well, when we get 23, we have to put 15, and you're sitting there pumping, and you pass the 13 mark, you're like, oh crap. And then You're like, oh yeah, I forgot. It's 2023.
Yeah. Is it nice seeing those like newer cars come through? Do you like working on like the new cars more than you like the?
I prefer the older ones. The older ones are simpler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know a big thing that's becoming popular, especially with like the new vets. They have that huge plate there, whatever dust shield that goes across the whole bottom of the vehicle
I
to keep
hate
it.
that.
Yeah.
Is it like metal?
Teslas have it. Yeah, it's like it just
Oh,
covers
dude,
like
those
the
are the
drivetrain
worst.
and all that crap.
'Cause-
Makes it more aerodynamic too.
Yeah, it does.
It sucks when you're trying to take it off though, because it's heavy. Because you're
Yeah.
holding it up like this.
You got one guy,
You
one
have, like-
hand in there.
You
doing your
basically
screws.
have your hand up like this, and you have a drill.
Oh my
Slowly
god.
taking it out
It's
just
a
in
pain
case.
doing stuff like that by yourself.
Oh, I'm sure.
One time I dropped a metal shield on my head 3 times in a row.
God, dude.
Because I was sitting there trying to put it up there, and every time I went to go grab my drill, it would fall.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, fuck, okay, did it again, fall. Did it again, fail. I was getting mad.
That's how Race Truck is. The guy from EA.
Yeah.
His truck has an aluminum rock cut like shield,
Mhm.
whatever dust shield you want to call it, in the front. It's like 2 pieces of aluminum. It's heavy, dude. You can barely hold
Really?
it with one hand. It's pain.
Dang. I know a lot of people think aluminum's like light as a feather,
No,
but you start getting
no.
those plates,
I
they're
think it
heavy.
was stainless.
Oh yeah, I'm
It's
definitely heavy
heavy.
then. Yeah. Speaking of you getting hurt at work, one of my favorite videos to watch is that one you sent me of you like busting down. You like slipped on that oil.
Yeah.
That was like almost like a
That
cartoon.
sucked because I hit my back real hard against like one of the little nuts on the rack.
Oh,
And I
dang.
hit my
No.
head. And well, the entire story is like one of the techs, he came over there to get some oil for his whatever vehicle he was working on. I can't remember at the time. Well, I guess he made a mess and never cleaned it up.
Oh
Wow.
man,
And he put down some like
pig matter.
Yeah,
Door
pig
pads,
mats.
yeah.
Yeah, and I had a battery. I had one of the battery. You can see it in the video. I had a battery tester in my hand because I was walking back to go put it back up in the toolbox.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, I walked in front of that black toolbox and I just slid.
Saw the sky.
All the customers saw it and everything.
Oh my god, that's
Damn.
terrible.
One of the funniest stories for me at Ford, me and Tyler, was we might have still been lube techs at the time. I can't remember, but we had to go clean the oil room with that's where we dump our oil, and then they'd come take it from there.
Yeah.
And it was just a mess because people drain their oil drums and they not catch the hose and it'd spew out and fucking get oil everywhere.
Yeah.
So the brake clean barrel was in that room too. So I had the bright idea, let's just pour out like 5 gallons of brake clean on his floor and scrub that shit.
Oh my god.
And we were doing that, and it smelled so bad of brake clean. The tech there, the master tech that worked next to it, closed the door off. So we were in there,
Oh my
fumed up.
God.
Bruh. We were like seeing planets in there. It was hilarious.
My god. I'm
That-
sure it's like those memes whenever it's like I can't remember, but you see those mechanic memes about how they've been around brake clean for so long.
Yeah, that's exactly how
Yeah,
it was.
It sucks when you're underneath the vehicle. When I'm underneath the vehicle, I use a lot of brake cleaner because it works wonders, man.
Yeah.
It cleans everything. It
Oh,
really
I
does.
use-
Oh, you
if you're a
should've seen-
mechanic, you used a lot.
You doing my brake job, it was like
It cleans a lot. It cleans everything because I use it to clean my hands off. I clean
Yeah.
the old drain plugs.
Yeah.
If my tools are oily, I spray them on there. And
Yeah.
I come out and, like you said, I be seeing planets. And
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
That's part of being a mechanic. Go drink on lunch, and you get high off brake clean at
Oh
work.
my god. I guess we could get off the work stuff a little bit.
Yeah.
Logan, you had a story that you said you were saving for me about, we started talking about how like you're really big into heavy metal and stuff like that, and you were talking about a concert, a free concert.
Oh yeah. Well, it wasn't a free concert.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
I used to go up to Bowling Green, and there's this place up there next to the campus. It's called Molotov. I used
Yeah.
to go up there all the time. I loved it. This is where I ended up getting me a patch from there.
Yeah.
And I went up there, man. I saw this one band. It's called Volusia Speedball, and I got this is where I also got this patch. Man, they trashed this, and they trashed the place. Man, there was the liquid death going everywhere.
Yeah.
Silly string, trash, pizza, everything. It was wild. Well, I went. They had a festival not too long ago, and I told some of my buddies to come on. Well, I need someone to go with because I got no one to go with. I don't want to go by myself.
Yeah.
But we go up there, and it's all right. I mean, it's just hot, and we're just standing there in the middle of this little lot, watching people skateboard and people playing music. Well, the weird thing is, we're sitting there watching. The next thing you know, you see like 5 guys just come out of nowhere and just start waylaying on this dude.
Jeez.
And then like he's taking like this boy, he never threw a punch back or whatever. He's just taking him. He got hit in the face like
Damn.
4 times. Well, the entire story is apparently he pushed down a girl in a mosh pit.
Oh my God.
Well, if you don't, do you know what a mosh pit is?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of counterintuitive because
Yeah.
you
That's
want
the
to get
whole
pushed.
point.
Yeah, that's the entire point.
Yeah.
And man, they end up getting some dude just grabbed the mic and started calling him out and everything like that. And he's sitting directly right behind us, so everyone just turns and looks at us. And I looked at 2 of my buddies. I was like, man, 3 of my buddies at the time. I was like, man, this is they killed it. They killed it right there for me.
Yeah.
I haven't been back since.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, places getting crazy like that. People start getting hurt. That's what
As
people
people
get
pull out
stampeded.
guns
Yeah.
and shit. Like, you
Well-
never know what could happen.
Well, the thing is like it's a mosh pit. You
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
get pushed around. I got kicked in the back of the head one
My
time.
God.
Damn.
I got kicked in the back of the head. I almost got kicked in the groin
Yeah.
one time. Like this boy just comes up running and just throws a kick. I wasn't
Damn.
even in the mosh pit.
My God.
People be wilding, bro.
It's
Crackhead.
wild. It was wild, but it was a pretty cool place. I like going up there.
Yeah.
I met a lot of cool people up there. I've seen some really good bands.
Nice. Yeah, I've never been to any concerts or stuff like that.
Yeah, I
but,
never have either.
I'm going to. I plan on going and seeing Cannibal Corpse and Mayhem in Nashville in October, and in September they have this one place in Cookville called Muddy Roots, and they're having a bunch of bands. Like it's like a 3-day festival.
Heck
It's
yeah.
like War, Suicidal Tendencies, DRI, Belushi Speedball, and like 60 other bands.
With you being really into heavy metal, I'm surprised you haven't made a trip to go see Soup's band because you like Soup also.
I do like my buddy Eric. He's seen him.
He's seen his band. I can't
Yeah.
remember. Oh, Slackjaw.
Yeah, it's called Slackjaw.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Have
Soup has he's like a vocalist for a heavy metal band.
No way.
Yeah. Have you
Yeah.
know like most of the end of all his videos, he's like, "Hey, I'm going to be in this town. Come see
I don't
Slackjaw."
watch them.
Oh.
If he's somewhat close, I'm gonna try to go see him.
Yeah, he's over in like South Carolina's ish.
That's cool.
Yeah.
If he makes the opportunity to come either to Louisville, Lexington, Nashville, anywhere, I'd like to go see him. They said I haven't really listened to much of his music.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's not really my speed, but I would listen to it just to kind of support him in that aspect. Soup,
Yeah.
I love watching Soup.
Oh,
He's
dude.
hilarious. I finally got Jordan to get some 5M. I've been begging Jordan to get 5M since I got on PC like 5-6 years ago.
I love 5M.
Nah.
5M is fun.
I probably love it for the wrong reasons because I
Well-
want to get on there and do what Soup does.
Yeah, the thing is, you can't. It's hard to find a server like that.
I
Oh, yeah.
know. That's what I was looking for last night.
It's
I couldn't
so
find
hard.
one.
It's hard.
Oh man, I got in one. I remember I just gave up on Jordan. I'm just gonna do it by myself, and I was like walking around. Of course, the hospital's like always a hot spot to go to because people are always respawning. I was like, man, I can't. Have you seen my trailer? Somebody drove off with it last night. And like people were just losing it, and the cop ended up arresting me. He's like, "Sir, I'm gonna have to take you in for question." I'm like, "Free ride." They were just losing it.
I get on the like the drift servers, and
Oh, yeah.
I just drift around cars and stuff.
Yeah.
It is
Well,
cool to see how crazy they go with modding these servers, like having real life cars in there. I mean, the New York server is probably the one of the most impressive. Like they literally changed the whole map. It's kind of crazy to
really?
see. Yeah.
I had an El Camino, and if you watch Naruto, there's this person called Madara Uchiha.
Yeah.
He's like really long hair. He has like red like samurai armor or whatever. Well, I made a donk.
Yeah.
And I made a donk. I had an El Camino with like big ass wheels on it. It had a lift, and I was telling my buddy Drew, I was like, "Man, you ever seen Madara Uchiha drift a donk? I'm going down this hill like sideways."
That's awesome. So you say you played some 5M. What else are you playing nowadays?
Arma. I've been playing a little bit of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I'm
The
waiting
new
for
one?
the second one.
No, I'm talking about the newest one to come out. It looks really cool. I don't know if it's on PC though.
No, I don't think it's on PC. I played the first one, then I'm playing the Miles Morales right now.
Yeah.
And
That one seems cool.
Yeah, I don't like the voice acting.
Yeah.
The voice acting kind of kills it for me. That's the gameplay's really fun, but the voice acting just it's kind of bad.
That's one thing I've always really liked about hearing you talk about games is you're pretty critical of games, I would say.
I like it needs to. Well, my way it needs a good soundtrack. You need a good soundtrack
Yeah,
for
for
everything.
sure.
Voice acting and the story.
Yeah.
Other than that, like I don't care one bit to play. I don't mind playing multiplayer. I don't care for it. I like story based games.
Yeah. You ever play Metro?
Yeah, I did play Metro. I played the Metro Exodus.
Yeah, I just got into that.
I played maybe 2 hours of it, and then I guess I quit and never got back on it. But I'm probably gonna try to pick it back up again.
It seems nice.
It seems really fun.
I've played the first 2 missions so far. I got it on Steam sale.
That's where I got it.
Yeah, it's like $8 or something for all 3. So I was like, well, I gotta get that.
Yeah, that's how I got on Stick of Truth finally. Because I back in the day, of course, like everybody, we watched PewDiePie play it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I don't know if it'd be the same feeling playing it, but I actually got it, and it's like, God, that game's so much fun.
I bet it is.
I'm so close to beating it. I just
South
kind of
Park
set it
is
down.
so good though.
Yeah, the story, like the game is literally just like the show. It's so funny.
Yeah.
It's just like being there. It's great. I was going to ask your opinion, Logan. I haven't even watched the trailer yet. But Battle Starfront, it's like Bethesda's next huge game that they're releasing.
Starfront.
Huh? I'm saying it's either called I think it's called Starfront. Have you not heard of it yet?
Mm.
But
I quit after Fallout 76. I kind of
Yeah.
quit falling bed.
yeah, it's
Bethesda. However
Bethesda.
however you pronounce it.
It's supposed to be like, I don't even know. It's supposed to be like Skyrim, but set in the future. And it's supposed to be such a big game that you can literally go to different planets. Like there's going to be different planets, and a lot of people are hyped about it. I don't know.
Let's just
Well,
hope
see,
it ain't
that's-
another No Man's Sky.
Yeah, that's basically just No Man's Sky right there.
Yeah. Hopefully, I heard a lot of bad stuff about that game. It was just like,
I played it. It seemed alright.
is that the Justin Roiland game, or am I
I think
thinking?
so. I think so.
What's the Justin Roiland game that you said that I would enjoy it, but you didn't? Rick and Morty voice actor.
Oh, what is the name of that? I can get on Steam and look at it real quick.
But,
'Cause
yeah.
I can't remember. I'll look it up real quick.
I really wanted to play that game, but I just never caught it on a good sale.
It got pretty replayable pretty quick. Like
It has a lot of
repeatable.
humor that I would like. Like,
The humor was definitely the best part.
do you know what game we're talking about?
Yeah.
The Rick and Morty game.
Fuck, what's that game called? I can think of it right now because I remember seeing clips about it.
Did you ever play it?
No, I never played it.
Yeah, it looked like a fun game.
It took me a minute to realize which game you was talking
Yeah.
about because I remember seeing it.
A lot of people said it's not worth the $50 though, or $60. So that's
I
kind of
would-
what's kept me away
yeah.
from it. It is funny though. Like, I think in one clip I saw, like, if you go to the pause menu, or if you hit pause during a boss fight, it's like, really, you're gonna pause the game in a boss fight? It's like so good. It's like those jokes
We'll
and
see
stuff
if I
in
can
there.
find it.
It's on my wish list, but I ain't got no service out here.
Man, what was that game? I'm trying to think of it right now. Because it goes, let's do it.
Yeah, that
Let's
guy.
do it.
Man,
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it.
I did see though that Rick and Morty, they are going to continue it, but of course it's not going to be the same.
That's not.
Like-
After all that ordeal, what happened about?
Yeah, Roiland getting
False
fired.
allegations too. They weren't even
See,
backed up.
that's one thing that I hate most about is false allegations because
Yeah.
it ruins a lot of people's careers.
Yeah,
sure.
'cause-
You guys remember Tobuscus?
yeah,
It ruined his career.
Yeah.
you can't, and the Adult Swim, they can't go back and rehire him or whatever. It's final. They got, and you can't blame them either because they got to protect their name.
Yeah.
The show will never be the same. I did see, I don't know if it was a leak or if it's a trailer, but Solar Opposites, Roiland's other show.
Yeah. It was all right.
The way they're kind of covering up Roiland being gone is they made a whole episode where there's a voice changing gun that they got shot with. So they're not even going to try to have an impersonator do Roiland's voice. It's just going to be a whole different voice entirely. But there's speculation that they're not going to try to change Roiland's voice on Rick and Morty. They're just going to get an impersonator as close as possible to his voice.
That's
That
gonna be
makes
hard.
sense.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen some people on TikTok that are
One guy does the
shockingly
Morty
similar.
voice pretty good.
Yeah. That's the thing, though. You got to either hire 2 actors or train one to do both.
Yeah.
It's
I
kind
feel
of
like that'd be hard to do.
Roiland does. I mean, he's got so many voices with Lemon Grab back in Adventure
Yeah.
Time. He was in some
Oh,
cartoons.
he was Lemon Grab.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah. I was a big Roiland fan. I still am. He on a podcast. He's really close with H3H3 back in the day, and yeah, he was like, do the lemon grab voice, and he's like, man, it literally makes my throat feel like it's bleeding. And I'm like, yeah, I could see that.
It sounds like it.
I go on TikTok sometimes, and I'll be scrolling through there, and sometimes I get like people doing their voices from TV shows.
Yeah.
Man, I love watching that stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Like
voice impressions, like impressionists, are cool to me.
Yeah, me too. Because like I seen this one, I can't remember the guy's name, but he did Wacko from Animaniacs, and a bunch of other shows. He played the Doctor. He played Pinky.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
I can't remember his name.
Dude, I didn't know, like you said, those videos, I didn't know that Bart Simpson was an old woman.
Yeah.
Like, and then I think just yesterday I was watching a short of Futurama's getting, he didn't even call it a reboot. He's like, we're just going to keep making the show. We're going to pick back up from season whatever.
I'm excited about that.
Futurama's so good.
Dude, it's such a good show. They've gone through like 4 cancelizations.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
But yeah, this one guy, he does like 5 voices. He does Zoidberg, he does Old Man, he does Fry, and he did one other person. It's like, dang, dude, these voice actors are so talented.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Being able to do so many diverse voices, like I didn't know that, Roland was lemon grabbing until I saw a video about it or heard him on that podcast.
You ever like you be watching a movie and then like when you were a kid you didn't think about it.
Yeah.
You realize it's that voice actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, what, really?
I feel like that's what we're like in adults. I know back when my wife and I were really big into watching movies and stuff. It's like if you start watching movie after movie, you really start to see the same people over and over again. Oh, for example, we've been on a big Special Victims Unit binge.
Yeah.
The opening scene, of course, they have guest stars all the time. Shaggy was one of the people in there. I'm like, I had to pause it. I'm like, Trish. I'm like, do you see what I see? She's like, no. She's like, Shaggy. I'm like, I hope he didn't kill nobody.
Shaggy's
so
done
good. From like
murder.
the Scooby-Doo movie?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it was crazy. He had like a big mustache. It was so cool.
Hell yeah.
That movie had a lot of adult jokes in it.
It did.
Yeah,
The Scooby-Doo movies, they
Yeah.
had a lot of adult jokes.
that's what I love about our generation of cartoons is like we can watch them back now and still enjoy them because we could find
For
stuff
sure.
that we missed.
SpongeBob had some stuff that just like, bruh.
Yeah. That's I kind of like you guys probably haven't heard of it because you don't have kids, but there's this new cartoon called Bluey.
I've watched it.
You have?
I've watched it.
Dude, that's like
It's
oh my god, it's so
for some
good.
odd reason. It seems like a little something to put on for your like.
It's a
kid.
toddler show for
it's
sure.
a toddler show.
Maybe
like-
not toddler, like toddler little kid show, like
Yeah.
kind
But,
of
like,
in between.
if you watch it, it's surprisingly actually really good.
It's deep, man.
It's
Like
Sounds like
Deep.
SpongeBob.
no,
No,
like,
it's deep.
It's parent deep. Like they're looking at the parents. Like there's this one episode where mom is like devastated because this other mom's kid is doing a lot better. Like it's hitting their milestones faster.
Yeah.
The mom beats herself up about it, and she's like talking to the other mom, and turns out the other mom, this is like her 5th kid, and she didn't know it. And she scoots closer, and she's like, everybody blooms at their different time. And I'm like, man, there's one where some kid. There's even one episode where I haven't seen it yet, but they talk about how one kid's mom she can't have puppies. It's dog based.
It's
kind of sad.
It's really depressing.
Damn.
I like it, but it's for some odd reason it's really good to watch.
Yeah, it's a good show. Like it really is. It's not like Cocomelon or nothing. It's not
I
like
fucking hate Cocomelon.
Cocomelon. I swear.
I want to play with my boys.
I love that meme where it's like, I don't know if you guys seen it or not, because I'm the only one that I feel like knows about it, but there's this like guy that he's like an adult, but he pretends like a toddler that watches Cocomelon. He'll have like 5 tablets and 5 phones and peanut butter on his face. It's so relatable because I'm a parent.
Wait, is he doing the stand where he's like this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that.
He's like, Dad, I want juice. And he's already got one. And the dad gets him another one. He just knocks it over. It's so like, I swear, it's like, it relates to me because I'm a parent. It's like, I'm glad to be out of that toddler phase of like Bess's constantly. I now know how Mrs. Benson feels when she's like, wet and sticky is very icky. Icky and wet makes mommy upset. But that's me as a dad. Yeah. But let's throw it to a quick break, and we'll be right back. I want to ask Logan about some stuff from our past, and you're not gonna want to miss it. We will be right back.
But seriously, you need to check out that Bluey show. It's
Yeah, no joke.
like no joke.
There's Facebook groups called Adult Bluey Fans. And have you ever seen that animator, Odd Ones Out?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did an episode about Bluey.
Yeah, he did. A lot of people did episodes about Bluey.
Yeah, I found out about that show probably whenever it first came out. I'm not even gonna lie, because the first time we went to the mountains, which it had just like cable on, and I just found a kids network, and it was Bluey. I'm like, what is this show? And yeah, I found out about like 2 years
I
ago.
go through TikTok, and sometimes I either get a Family Guy episode, I just sit there and watch it. And
Yeah.
when a Bluey episode came on, I was just sitting there watching. I was like,
It's like, and the art in that show is like so like beautiful. It's like crazy.
yeah,
man.
and then like all the dogs are like different breeds and shit. Like,
I like how the dad just is like another kid. It's so
Yeah.
great. It's like that too. It's just like, man, that really shows you like how to be a dad. Really, like your kid would enjoy their childhood so much more if you would, dads would be like that. That's why I'm glad we had Bella young, because like I can actually like have fun with
Yeah,
her.
my parents had me young.
All right, we can get back into it. All right, we're back from the break. Got us some H2O.
wow.
Whoa. Logan, I wanted to get into this story first thing. I want us to talk about Camp Currie,
Oh, God.
which I think Jordan
God,
probably
that
knows somewhat of our stories.
That place can go to fucking hell.
Like,
I'm sorry for cussing, but
no, you're good.
I hated that place.
Man, I know we weren't like, I don't know if we were friends back then or not. I think we at least knew each other at
You
the very
hung
least.
around Seth a lot.
Yeah, I went with Seth.
And then I brought this other boy with me because I was real good friends with him. And,
Yeah.
And somehow we ended up just hanging out together.
Yeah.
Because after all that entire camp, we had the same classes in
Mm-hmm.
6th grade, and we just hung out every day.
I think the only thing I enjoyed at that whole entire camp was watching that Jamaican bobsled team movie.
Yeah, that
That's
was
about it.
awesome.
I
The
know which
Jamaican
movie you're
bobsled
talking
team.
It was a real good movie. To be honest with you, I don't even remember what happens in that movie.
And I will say they did give us a lot of food. It was not school portions of food. We did.
Yeah,
I remember because they give us like a whole tray of like eggs, bacon, probably like applesauce or whatever. Plus they'd give us like a bowl of cereal too. It was like, dang, they wasn't slacking on the
Heck
food.
yeah.
All the rules and stuff was
Dude,
crappy.
it was like freaking military camp. Like it
Dang.
really was.
Dude, like there was people out there playing kickball, and in kickball you're supposed to kick the ball and run. You couldn't even run.
You weren't allowed to run?
You weren't allowed to run.
Then what was the point? It's not even a sport if you can't
You'd hear them like yelling, like "Stop running!" Like
What?
It's and then I remember like we had this like I guess a fishing class or whatever. How the hell they did it? Well, I got lost.
Yeah.
I got lost the entire camp. I walked around for like almost I think like 30 minutes. Then eventually I found my way down to the dock, and then they were yelling at me, my buddy, and they were just like I told them I was like, man, we got lost. We didn't know where because it was like our second day there,
Yeah.
and because we didn't know where to go.
yeah. I remember they were like so irritable. They'd yell at you over anything. Like it was no like, "Oh, sorry, sweetie." It was like, "Why are you here?"
Yeah.
I remember like the archery class was okay. I didn't mind it. The archery teacher was like the coolest guy ever.
Oh yeah, the archery guy was really cool.
Have you ever seen the movie Without a Paddle?
No, I haven't.
I swear this guy looked like the main star. I even had him sign a picture that I had, and I was like, dude, I'm like, you're undercover. I know you are. You played in that movie. He was like, no, I did not, but I will sign this for you. I'm like, yeah.
I know your secret.
I know. That's pretty much all I was like. I was like, I know you don't want to big time everybody
Yeah.
here. Just take a picture with me.
Do you remember the time where like we did the Chevy Bunny game? With the
Oh,
marshmallows?
no.
Barely.
I almost choked to death that day because I had like 9 marshmallows in my mouth,
Jeez. I've never played it.
and it wasn't the small marshmallows. I mean, like it was
Yeah.
like the giant marshmallows.
Oh my god.
I had like 9 of those things in my mouth. I couldn't. It took me forever to chew it up and swallow it, but I'm pretty sure I almost choked to death that day.
Damn.
I remember there was a kayaking class or whatever, and at the same time, there's those paddle boats where 2 people could get in. Dude, this is so cruel of the camp people. They actually sent a kid out there by himself
No.
in one boat. He was like, his boat was like this, and he was just paddling in circles. I was like, what's wrong with you people?
Yeah,
It's so
you
cruel.
didn't go nowhere. What do you mean?
I think the only thing I actually enjoyed doing over there was just the fish, really.
Yeah, there were some big fish in that lake, dude.
One of the boys that went there, he ended up catching like the biggest fish.
Yeah, I
He got a
remember
record.
that.
He got like a record.
Dang.
He caught like I don't know what fish it was, but it was.
Probably a carp or a catfish, I would say.
I think it was a catfish,
Yeah.
but it was huge.
I guess we can get into some of the negatives. I know I have a story. Like, I was like, as a kid, I was super homesick. Like, I hated being away from home. I don't know why. I thought it was a good idea to go at the summer camp. So was my friend that I went with. And, man, like 3 days in, maybe it was 2 days in, we were like, hey, can we call our parents? You know, we're really homesick. No phone calls. You better be sick if you want to go home or whatever. So I go to the nurse's office, and I was like faking an illness. She's like, don't even come in here with that. She's like, I'm not calling your mom. Get back out there. And then me and my buddy were like, we were literally in the bunkhouse crying because we were like just so homesick. You know, we were little kids. And the camp person came in there, saw us crying, and was like, if you guys don't quit crying, we're splitting you up and you'll never see each other the rest of the camp. I'm like, what is wrong with you people?
Was like a military camp. Like, it
y'all
sucked.
Guilty.
I was dying to get out of there. And we were on a lake too, and I was like literally praying. I'm like, I hope my dad has a fishing tournament and comes and visits me and just kidnaps me. I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Get me out of here. I remember too, like, cell phones was a huge thing, man.
Yeah.
If they caught you with a cell phone, dude,
Like, it was game over.
they probably like threw you in like
solitary
yeah.
confinement or
That's what
something.
I'm thinking, like something, dude.
Man, and the worst part was like when you're trying to go to sleep, and but you got like 20, little teenage boys, like all of us in a bunkhouse, and then we're making like masturbation jokes and stuff. You remember that?
Yeah.
Like people were like slapping their legs and stuff like that.
I can imagine.
I just remember, dude, that was like,
And the beds were so uncomfortable. It felt like I was sleeping on a damn. It felt like I was sleeping like on this. And you had a blanket like that thin.
you remember whenever they threatened to take that kid's bed away from him?
Yeah.
Like, God.
No bed?
Yeah. I think he was doing like the patting on the mattress thing, and he's like, do you want to sleep on the slat?
Dang.
Like, yeah. Like, God, dude. I'm telling you,
Homie don't
man.
even got basic human rights in the camp. Like,
We didn't.
There could be like Russians treat you crazy.
It's like the gulag.
Yeah.
For real.
No running. You have to sleep on the floor. Dude, the swimming camp was terrible.
Oh, dude,
Like,
You
I almost drowned.
don't know how to swim? Good luck.
the final test was they would drop. Was it a cinder block? It was
was a
either
cinder block.
I thought so too. They drop like a cinder block at the bottom of like, I don't even know, like a
deep-
15-foot pool, and you have to dive all the way down, get that, and come back up with it. Like, my God, like Marine Corps camp, dude.
Yeah.
It's like Navy SEALs and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Going through both.
I couldn't even I could pick the cinder block up like this barely like that much off the bottom of the pool, but like by the time like I got it up, I was out of breath, so I was like threw it back down and I just swam back up.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we could all be certified lifeguards after going through that pool class. I know I got lucky though because I wasn't very good at swimming, so they put me in like the slow kids swimming class.
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't want to swim in that pool. I refused. Like I didn't want to in the first place. I didn't care about. I don't mind to swim. I don't. But I guess it's where I was just around a bunch of other people.
Yeah.
It made me feel uncomfortable, and I didn't want to do it.
I just remember whenever I think about the swimming classes, I just think of that one kid that always yelled his name as loud as possible. I wanted to just hit that kid. He'd go, Jagger!
Oh, yeah,
I swear, dude.
What?
It's like he had something wrong with him because he would just like not every single day at camp. It was like every 3 hours. He was like a rooster, dude, but he'd yell his name out. It's like, why, dude?
Surprised he didn't get sent to like special containment or
Oh
something.
my God,
Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Stop acting out of line.
Gonna have the witch trials.
Yeah. There was nothing redeeming about that summer camp whatsoever. It was
Yeah, that
terrible.
sucked. That was like I felt real bad for my mom and my stepdad at the time because they paid for it.
Yeah, it was like a lot of money.
Yeah, it was like I can't remember
I
how
want
much.
to say it was like $200 or $300 for a person. Like, it was expensive.
And you get
Like,
treated
and
like
then like you had
Yeah.
to be the weird thing about it, you had to be a certain age above to go.
Yeah.
I think I can't remember. What
Oh,
it was.
yeah, dude. 2 years in a row. We waited years to go to this camp because they would come to our school and do like a whole assembly about who wanted to go to the camp. And they'd show off all these awesome slides about how cool it was going to be. And it's like, me and Logan were like, dude, we're going next year. We're going next year.
Yeah.
And like, our parents saved up like half a year for it and finally get to go. And it's that.
yeah.
What was the age requirement?
I don't remember.
But like I ended up bringing my buddy that I brought with me. He was like a year younger than all of us, so like they had a kid that wasn't really supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Who'd you take with you? I don't remember.
Gage.
Oh, yeah, I remember now. Yeah. I mean, there were kids there that enjoyed it a lot, but
Oh yeah, I mean if you had if you was more like into
Being away from your parents.
yeah.
That's I just
Well, I
couldn't-
mean, I
that's
didn't,
my main
I
thing.
didn't care. I wanted to go do something.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I wasn't expecting a military camp.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
strict too. Like the schedule, like if you weren't there sharp,
certain
like
time.
they'd send out a search party for you, dude. It
I
was
got
like,
lost, and I guess I never ran into anybody.
It was
I eventually found my way.
I wouldn't be surprised if they were like, "Where's this kid at? Get the dogs!" like
Release
bloodhounds.
the hounds.
Yeah, yeah. It was so strict. You had like 20 minutes of free time, like twice a day. It was like rough, and I can't remember. It seemed like there was like a strict sleeping schedule. Like you had to be asleep if they caught you outside your cabin. I'm sure that kid went missing. Like there ain't no way.
He went missing. Jason Voorhees got him.
Yeah.
Like when I was a kid, for some odd reason, I had a deep fear of zombies. Like it's like I was terrified of zombies. But like I got older, and I think zombies are really cool because I like the old grotesque and rotting and stuff like that. But when I was a kid, I was terrified of it.
Yeah.
I went to that camp. Like I was on the bus and I was sitting there looking out the window and I saw a dude slumped over. I was like, "That's a zombie." And then like we go in the camp. I was like, "Man, what if the zombies come? What are we gonna do?"
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like I don't know why I was so terrified of it. But like when I got older, I was like, "Oh man, zombies are freaking cool."
Yeah.
I would have gave anything for a zombie apocalypse to happen during Camp Currie.
Oh yeah.
As long as it ain't like dying light zombies or some
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
Oh, God.
I'd be
Or
like,
Left
if
4
The
Dead.
Walking Dead happened, I'd be okay. But like, Left 4 Dead happened, I'm just shooting myself.
Yeah.
Like, sorry.
Yeah.
If the tank comes after me, I'm done. Like, I'm done.
Like I don't know. I don't know why I was. I think I was getting inside my own head. And,
Yeah.
But like I was scared to death.
Kids
like,
are good about doing that.
I remember, dude, I was paranoid about aliens, like, especially at nighttime getting abducted. I would sleep with my blanket over top of my head, like just hiding basically from the window. I was so paranoid of getting abducted.
You remember my cat Steve?
Yeah.
Well, my cat like used to claw at my door and just
Yeah.
it wouldn't make cat noises. It would make like groaning noises. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh god, it's the zombies.
You remember whenever I would always sneak my cat in through the window?
Yeah.
Like, my cat would always, he's like, he's still alive now. It's like my cat, pretty much. It's like Shinar, but like
Yeah.
mine. He would always like come to my window and like scratch. He wasn't allowed inside, but I'd sneak him in and let him sleep in my room. It's
Yeah.
so
You
good.
remember who threw my cat in the bushes that one day?
I don't remember. Probably not me. I love cats. I'd never mess with a cat.
We had this neighborhood cat. It used to be my aunt's. I lived across the roads,
Yeah.
but it was a black and white cat, and for some odd reason we called him Steve.
Yeah.
And it was probably the best cat ever of all time.
I understand.
My coworker's got a cat. It's called a 2Fs, you know.
No.
Yeah. I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, 2Fs. Like, whenever someone says you could give 2Fs.
Ah.
Yeah. He named him that because every single day he leaves for work, he'll drive, like, he'll just be laying in the road, and my coworker will like inch up like he's gonna run him over, and the cat's just like, dude. Like, that's why he calls him that, because he just could give two.
Damn.
It's so funny. Yeah, he chases him around with the drone. He'll let the drone hit him. He don't care. He'll just be sitting there like, do it then.
Yeah.
He don't care.
That cat has balls of steel.
Yeah.
He knows he got more lives.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He's still got 9 lives. Logan, speaking of accidents, you're like the most accident-prone friend I think I have.
I am.
Like, accidents
I've gotten-
gravitate
Like
to you.
my hand, like you can see, my hands are caught up all the hell. That's just from work, but I've knocked myself out a couple of times. I fall a lot.
I remember that one time I was at your house. You were on a pogo stick, and
Oh,
for whatever reason, your brain goes, I wonder if I could pogo stick in the grass. And it must have just rained or something, because it
Oh, no.
sticks in and does not go anywhere. Instead, Logan goes and face plants onto the
Dang.
ground.
Yeah, there's also one time where I was riding my bike up and down my road at the time, because I lived in this little subdivision behind the Minute Mart, and I was riding my bike. Well, at this house next to us, there's like this big. He had a driveway and just a big ass drop off. Well, I was like, all right. There's a person stopped in the middle of the road. He's talking to my mom, and I was like, I'm gonna hit this jump. I didn't even pull up on the handlebars. I just went over the handlebars, and it looked like I broke my neck.
Oh my
Dang.
God.
All you see, because I used to have hair like this, but it was really longer. All you see is just hair go
Oh
flying.
my God. I just remember that one time you were over at my house on the water slide, and Logan, you know, he's just so small. He just gets going, and it's like He goes way past where you're supposed to stop, slides into the grass, and I can't remember what you busted open, but you like
I busted something. I can't remember what it was, but
it like one of those concrete planters or whatever that goes around
man.
stuff. He like wailed into it.
Damn.
yeah, and I got grass all in the shower. And
Like an
everything.
episode of Jackass or something.
Pretty much. Logan would be like the best person to be on that show because it just happened naturally.
We'll just be doing something, and something bad will happen eventually. Because when we were kids, we used to have like a big, like those inflatable water slides.
Yeah.
Like the ones that, for some odd reason, when you're a kid, it seemed really tall.
Yeah.
But like you see when you're as an adult, and you're like, man, that ain't really anything. Well, me, my stepbrother, and my little sister used to make a game out of it. Is how fast we can go down the slide, pop out, and see how far we can go.
Yeah.
We got to the point where we can hit the house.
Oh my
Hey,
God.
We'll hit the house.
That's like Wreckfest trying to hit the bull on that one map.
Yeah.
God. You're like, I swear, you're just like Rigby, man. It's just like you're so small.
Muscle
You get
man on that one water slide. He hits
Oh, yeah.
that RV.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
the
tips
tree.
it over. Yeah. Yeah, it's like you're always getting into accidents. It's just like I swear, if there's like a human Rigby, it's like that's you, man.
I get called that a lot.
You've always been Rigby, in my opinion.
I guess it's just how I carry myself too.
Probably.
Like, cause I love to goof off.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I like there's times where I won't goof off, but there's times where I will goof off.
That was like literally us in school because I was like Mordecai. I would goof off when Logan was around, but I would still somewhat try to be serious.
See, that was me with my friend groups.
Like I used to get we used to have an English class together, and I used to get yelled at for no reason
Oh, yeah.
whatsoever.
Oh,
No,
I
was it English?
understand.
Yeah,
I
it was
think
Miss
that's just-
Spurlock.
Yeah.
I think that's just being around Josh and English.
Yeah, because
class.
I like because me and Josh, I walk up to Josh's desk and I'm sitting there doing something fucking random, and the teacher will come in and just start yelling at me.
Yeah, I that is a funny connection because me and Jordan had an English class together, and there's like this one time, I think it was our first time in class, which me and Jordan were good friends by then. I was one of the only people in our class to have a license, so I went and got KFC and brought it back, and Jordan, he wanted something to drink and something to eat. It is like one of those drink carriers, but there was only one drink in it, so it was like bound to flip over. Jordan, of course, he grabs the drink and it spills somehow, and she got like anal with him. He was
God,
like,
it is so mean. I was like, I didn't do nothing wrong. I just spilled the drink.
why would you do this in my class? Oh, and she was like, what a way to make a first impression.
Yeah, I was just like, come on. Like, I'm a kid. I make mistakes. I'm not like a grown man.
Well, at least like your teacher didn't like terrorize us and stuff like that.
I don't
Remember
know.
that history teacher
Oh
that
my
we had?
God! Yeah, we talked about that last time. Miss Pettigo, dude, she had like an obsession with Michael Jackson, dude. She was like,
Like, it was.
she made us listen to "Man in the Mirror" so many times. It felt like freaking Afghani torture.
Yeah, then we started watching like Afghanistan movies and stuff. We're watching people get blow up.
We spent like a month on 9/11. Like she was obsessed, dude. I don't know. She was
I
wild.
was like Miss Humphrey with World War II.
Oh my God. Yeah. I remember she was out for some time because she broke her hip or something. And one of the guys that I rode a school bus with, he had her. And I told him, he's like, serves her right. She's always been horrible to everybody.
Yeah, but like you look back on it, I wish I can go back to those
For
days.
sure.
Man, because you remember like you weren't just like Christmas and
Christmas
stuff,
parties, yeah.
Halloween.
Yeah.
I remember when Black Ops 2 came out. That
What
was
in the
I'll
world?
never forget.
But, like,
Christmas news.
But like you have all this stuff hanging out in the like halls. Everyone's sitting out in the halls just doing whatever.
Yeah.
It was fun.
I remember that one kid threw up. They cleaned it up, and then he sat in it.
I remember
The same kid.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I
That
think
was-
he
that was
worked.
the Thompson brothers.
He works at Ford now with Tyler. One of them does.
I think it was the Thompson brothers.
Yeah, it was. I'm just saying. One of them works at
Oh.
Ford with Tyler now. I think it. I don't know which one it is.
I'm actually really good friends with one of them.
You know, who's that guy that works on diesels out there?
Josh Ward.
Yeah, Josh Ward works
Yeah,
out there.
man, I haven't seen Josh in forever.
I seen him not too long ago. Whenever we worked there.
Like we used to hang around all the time, but I guess as we got older and just
He got a kid now.
oh really? I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Cause I seen his gender reveal. I seen it. He posted it online
I was
somewhere.
supposed to go to that, but I didn't.
And we're having like a second baby boom right now. People our age,
Yeah.
like Austin Griever, he's having one. I think Michael Marsh is having another one. People are
I
just
saw
kicking
him
my
out.
peeling out of Walmart one day.
Well, one of my close buddies is having a baby right now. Well, not having him, but she just got his girl pregnant.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of it's like a baby boom all over again for everybody. I guess people hitting their mid-20s, they think it's about time or about time to have an accident either way.
Yeah, I guess so. Either way.
I mean, I like I was telling y'all, I would rather have a kid younger than older. Like,
See, I'm a little more on the other side of that.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the middle because I'd like to have a kid when I'm young, but at the same time I'd rather prefer it if I was older. But at the same time, it's counterintuitive because when I'm young I can be just like the kid and just be like the kid.
Mhm.
But when I'm older, I gotta be really, really responsible and
I'm trying to take it in while I can.
yeah, that too. Yeah, being able to kind of enjoy your own life. So, me having mine at still being a teenager, it was rough. Getting pulled away from being a kid and all. But it's definitely a juggling act trying to be a parent and also have a life
sure.
outside of being a parent. It's a
My
lot.
parents had to go through that.
Main thing is babysitters, man. Whenever you have a kid, you better have a good relationship with your parents because it's like, I hear how much people pay for babysitters, dude.
Yeah.
It's, oh my God. Like,
I
second mortgage.
hear people at work talk about their babysitters. And
Talking about like $500 or $600 a week. Like,
God.
yeah, it's intense. I know one guy, he was paying like $400 a week. I'm like, dude, that's crazy. That's child support right there. Like,
Yeah.
I remember when I was real little, I had to babysit the kids next door to me.
mm-hmm.
And man, I can't remember how much money they used to pay me, but they ended up not paying me at all.
Oh,
And
wow.
my stepdad got really mad about that.
Yeah, dude,
But
babysitting's expensive.
I used to take care of this little girl, this little boy, and this little baby. The little boy used to freaking terrorize me like all the time, and I couldn't get the baby to either drink the formula or whatever. And the little girl, she did her own thing, but
Yeah.
it was hell.
That's
Kids
another.
could be a little bit of a pain,
Yeah.
I imagine.
I will say that is something that bugs me a lot. I see, especially like parents that have like an older sibling. I guess both of you guys can relate because you both had younger siblings, but your parents sometimes will even like pawn it off and make you babysit your own little sibling. It just kind of sucks to see that sometimes because even like you guys probably haven't heard it, but there's this old show called Super Nanny. It's like she's like the Gordon Ramsay of babysitting or like fixing families. It's sad, man. I saw one episode. There was like this girl was 16. There was a 16-year-old, maybe it was 14 and 17, but literally their parents worked constantly, and those kids literally watched their siblings way more than they did. They fed them, they washed them, and it was to the point where
They were the parents.
yeah, and there was a point to where the mom was just got home from work and she's trying to take care of one of the infants. And she gets so stressed out and mad and upset that she just passes it off to her teenager and goes and does whatever. And it's like, are you serious? Like, you rely on your other children so much that like you step away from being a mother entirely. Like, get out of here, man. Like, you can't give your kid like your full effort. Like, I don't know, man.
I think your kid deserves your full effort.
Yeah.
You brought them in the world, not them.
And it, like I said, the sibling is not in charge of being, I understand having them babysit every now and again, but like having them fully raise your kid, dude, I hate to see that. Like, your kid deserves a childhood. Your kid shouldn't already
Out
know.
at car shows.
I felt bad for Trish because she knew how to change a diaper before we had our kid because she had to change her little brother's diaper.
Yeah.
I was like, dang, I had to learn whenever we had ours. It's just sad to see stuff like that, man. You already know how to do all the stuff. I don't know.
I'm mowing that lawn at like 13.
Yeah, me
I
too.
hated that.
Yeah.
Like, I had a crappy push mower.
Oh, no,
My dad-
I remember that. Logan be like, yeah, I gotta go mow, and he'd be gone for like the rest of the day.
Damn.
Yeah, because like this push mower, it was weird. It was like you had to pick up on it to get it going, but like this one, you had to hold it at a certain angle. It was really crappy. And
Sounds like it's a piece of junk.
it was.
My God.
And
I couldn't imagine push mowing a yard. I've never done it.
I hated it.
Yeah.
I wasn't. My dad, he didn't let me use the ride mower because I fell off it one time and I almost cut my foot off.
Oh my
Dang.
God.
And he's like, "You just get off that. Just go back in the house." I was like a kid at the time. All right, cool.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
One less thing I got to do.
Yeah.
Logan, it was awesome having you on, man,
no
and
problem.
I hope you can come on again sometime. It's always fun to have you on.
If you invite me out, I'll come on, man. I don't care one bit. I
That's
love
always chill.
I love telling stories.
Oh yeah, that's what we love doing too, man. It's definitely well welcomed. So with that being said, guys, I guess we will catch you in the next one.
Wait.
Perfect timing right at now.